The man throws the girl off a 100-story building. The girl's father erupts with incredible energy. He morphs into a robotic creature and lunges at the man. The father's name is Ichirou. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer just a month ago. The doctor tells him he only has 3 months to live. Ichirou looks at the 3 remaining numbers on his phone. After hesitating, he chooses not to hide. He calls his family's phone. His wife is too busy at work and doesn't answer. The son is being bullied at school. The daughter doesn't pick up her father's call when she sees it. She chooses to ignore it. Ichirou, aged 60, lacks family respect. He's insulted by his much younger boss at work. To retain his job, he kneels before his boss. He hopes to afford the mortgage. It is this cowardly man who supports the family. Because Ichirou is old, the son and daughter feel very ashamed. One day, Ichirou returns home from work and sees people robbing under the bridge. Weak Ichirou turns and wants to escape, but sees his daughter who just left school. Ichirou is about to blame himself for being weak. He has already gotten used to being looked down upon by his family. Even his adopted husky is ordered to be thrown away by his wife. Ichirou leads the husky upstairs. He isn't fearful of death, but what saddens him is that there might not be anyone shedding a tear for him after he dies. Ichirou releases the husky's leash. Apologies, and let it find a good family. Ichirou sadly turns and leaves while the dog quietly watches from the same spot. Finally, the dog chases him until he runs to a forest. Ichirou thought the dogs left behind, but it appears before him. Ichirou couldn't resist any longer. He cries out all his grievances. At this moment, he notices that there is a young man sitting next to him. Shortly after, a white light shines from above. Both of them are attracted by the white light. Ichirou loses consciousness, only vaguely seeing a figure flash by. Ichirou's arm suddenly becomes a rocket launcher, which scares him, causing him to tremble. The cannon is slowly charging, then spiting out all the soup he'd just drunk. In an instant, everything reverts to normal. This transformation is solely due to Ichirou being hit by a white meteor in the park last night. While unconscious, he faintly glimpses a figure. When he wakes up the next day, he finds that everything is no different from usual. His myopia vanishes miraculously. When he returns home, he feels extremely thirsty. He not only has his wife's soup, but also drinks tap water directly to satisfy himself. Ichirou returns to his own room, only to discover his body smoking. The scene repeats, but it doesn't end there. Ichirou's whole body starts turning into mechanical products. And the dog is barking like mad, which quickly attracts his wife. Just as his wife opens the door, he returns to his original state. Ichirou spends the day pondering this matter, and could only console himself that it is an illusion caused by cancer. On the way home from work, Ichirou sees a dying pigeon on the roadside. He suddenly thinks of himself, how similar his fate is to that of the pigeon. Ichirou carefully holds the pigeon. Strange thing happens, his eyes actually scan and find that the pigeon's wings are injured, and then slowly repairs. The pigeon suddenly flies to the sky. Ichirou feels incredible. Suddenly he hears a voice in his ears. It is a mother begging the doctor to save her daughter. Ichirou follows the voice and finds a hospital, where he sees the mother crying outside the ward. Ichirou slowly enters the room and sees a little girl in a coma. Scanning reveals that her brain is red. Ichirou gently rests his hands on the girl's temples. Blue energy gathered towards her brain, until it completely turns blue. The girl slowly opens her eyes. It works. Ichirou gets excited too. The girl's mother enters. Seeing a stranger, she quickly calls the doctor. Both freeze in place. The little girl sits up on her own. She removes the oxygen mask. The doctor says, it's a miracle. When they turn, Ichirou has already left. He has never been so happy before. The man named Hiro takes out his own finger. Now Yuki, his good friend, is stunned. Hiro doesn't explain and brings him to the underground garage. Hiro not only can control cars, but also can transform into a person like Iron Man. The reason for his superpower is because Ichirou and he were both hit by a meteor. They both gained superpowers. After Hiro got superpowers, he becomes bold and insane. One day his friend is bullied by a boy. Hiro grabs the boy's wrist. The boy's hand feels close to breaking. Keeping saying sorry. Hiro slowly extends his finger. Now Yuki ponders the bird's fate. He freaks out. The school bully is awful, but he does not deserve death. Now Yuki swiftly intervenes to stop him. Hiro no longer sees himself as human now. He feels like he is a god who can do anything. Hiro is solitary due to his father's abandonment since young. One day, Hiro goes to his father's house. Reflecting on his mother's experiences, Hiro points his finger at his father. But looking at his smiling father and his beloved younger siblings, his last trace of conscience awakens him on the way home. Hiro becomes angrier upon further reflection. At this moment, he hears laughter coming from a house by the roadside. It is a happy family, it's the love that he misses. He is so jealous. Then he invades the unfamiliar family. Looking at the conversing family of three, Hiro feels no emotions and extends his finger. A bullet hole appears on the man. Both Ichirou and he are superpowered individuals. Hiro arrogantly sees himself as a god. Mortals are mere insects to him. While Ichirou stays in the hospital daily, he finds joy in saving someone daily. At this moment, a woman's cry for help echoes in Ichirou's mind. When he arrives at the door, the sound has already disappeared. Upon entering the house, he sees a girl lying in a pool of blood. Ichirou tries to save her using the same way. With no signs of life, reviving her is impossible. Ichirou enters the room and finds that Hiro is still there. Ichirou recognizes him, he is the one who has mutated with him on that night. As Ichirou is about to speak, Hiro extends his finger. Although Ichirou is not killed, the force still makes him briefly dizzy. When he wakes up and goes out of the house, only a blue light lingers in the sky. Ichirou realizes his power is incredibly strong. He could save and kill people too. The murder case is reported on TV the next day. Clearly, it is a shooting, but no bullet traces are found. Now Hiro's heart has no sense of the rule of law. With a wave of his finger, 25,000 yen turns into 1 billion. He gives his best friend Naoyuki 30 million. Naoyuki is so scared and asks him if he committed that murder. Hiro calmly confesses. Naoyuki decides to end their friendship and keeps distance from him. One day, Hiro and his mother are stopped by police while walking on the road. The police stop him back and forth, saying he is involved in a murder. Hiro runs away, despite being police officers. They are unable to stop him. This police feels very strange, thought Hiro was shot. Hiro triumphantly leaves, avoiding the crowd. At the time, Hiro is national wanted. The news and TV report him, despite Hiro's reclusive nature. Yet, a girl still secretly loves him. The girl is very kind and takes in Hiro at this time. But soon bad news comes, a large number of unscrupulous reporters interview Hiro's mother, inquiring how she raises a murderer. The online criticism is overwhelming. The keyboard warriors are even more ruthless. Hiro's mother couldn't handle the pressure and commits suicide. Even so, internet keyboard warriors still won't stop. In the chat room, Hiro directly appears on the screen of this keyboard warrior, slowly extending his finger. This chubby man is an internet warrior. He is currently cursing a mother online who committed suicide. Hiro suddenly appears on his screen. The suicided woman is just his mother. Hiro wants to eliminate everyone in the chat room. Chubby man laughs loudly and mocks Hiro, saying you bit me if you can. Hiro raises his finger, and then... Anyone who insulted Hiro's mother in the chat room won't evade death. Maybe you are watching social media, and then you hear a loud bang. More people are dying. Even if don't watch the phone, when Hiro gives you a video call. As long as you answer it, you will die too. One night Hiro couldn't sleep all night. So he travels in the air together with the girl who houses him. This is the last trace of warmth in Hiro's world. However, one day, the girl gets up to drink water and sees a group of police in black clothes as soon as she turns around. Suddenly a dense sound of gunfire comes out as soon as Hiro shows up. Although Hiro reacts in time and kills all the police in the house, the girl and her grandmother still die. This makes Hiro feel lonely in this world right away. He seeks to eliminate the whole country from the world. The devil may soon awaken. In the country's most populous area, Hiro is found everywhere in the screen. Firstly, he politely explains how the police killed the girl, and then begins to shoot innocents, causing panic in the country. And people start fleeing. Meanwhile, Ichiro and Naoyuki are exploring more superpowers from Ichiro to fight Hiro. Ichiro instructs Naoyuki to inform everyone via wireless communication to avoid locations with screens and discard their mobile phones. Hiro notices the method being disrupted. He directly launches countless shells, indiscriminately attacking nearby buildings. Hiro's daughter is also in one of the buildings attached. Just as Hiro prepares to attack again, Ichiro arrives, but his attempts to persuade Hiro are in vain. Ichiro has practiced his finger shooting for several days. The two begins a standoff with fingers. This makes Hiro furious, and they chase each other through the city. Obviously, Ichiro's flying skill still needs to be improved. But along the way, he hears his daughter's cries. He quickly moves towards his daughter while still in flight. The two arrive on a rooftop and Hiro is drinking water to rejuvenate. Although they have mutated, pure water is their source of power. Ichiro shoots and shatters the water bottle, then takes his own bottle of water. Hiro swiftly grabs his water. He gulps it. Right after, they are chasing each other again. They go up, explosions in the air. As the energy cannon targets Ichiro, water is unexpectedly shot. It turns out Ichiro intentionally set him up with salt water. Ichiro's cannon targets Hiro. Hiro promptly falls. Ichiro arrives at a ruin to find his daughter. His daughter is unconscious. Ichiro tries to rescue her while shouting for his daughter. Just as Ichiro blames himself, his daughter wakes up. Ichiro feels relief, and his daughter bursts into tears. Her weak father she used to despise, comes to save her. They hug tightly. Just at this moment, Ichiro is kicked away. Hiro is still alive. Now he shoots survivors randomly. As he aims at Ichiro's daughter, Ichiro quickly intervenes and shoots at him. But she is still shot. Upon learning she is Ichiro's daughter, Hiro is eager to embarrass Ichiro before her. The daughter also sees another side of her father. With a face full of disbelief, Hiro immediately attacks Ichiro. The daughter only now realizes how brave and fearless her father is for her. She used to disrespect and underestimate her father, thinking he was weak. Hiro now lifts the daughter high up, drops from a 100-meter tall building, and Ichiro suddenly bursts into an unprecedented power. He rushes towards Hiro, perhaps this is the power of love. Hiro also greets him. His unbreakable body shatters instantly. Hiro's face is full of disbelief, and now Ichiro rushes towards his daughter at full speed. The family start a peaceful life again. The TV reports that a hero saved everyone. But only the daughter looks at him.